right, today we're going to go for a ride in this Nissan Qashqai. If some folks thought the Rogue might be a little bit too large, this Qashqai fits perfectly in that segment. It was just above the Juke, which is no longer with us, so you'll have Kicks, Qashqai, and then Rogue. It's a good size. It's not not too large, easy to get into. So this Qashqai seems to be a nice alternative for the folks that alternative to getting into a sort of a lower sitting car. As mobility becomes an issue, getting down into a car is tough, so this type of SUV gives you the ability to just sort of slide right in there, which is nice. We call this road tripping with the Nissan Qashqai because we're actually just going to go for a quick shot out into the country here, grab a coffee and head on back, which we figured would be a good way to show you some of the capabilities and some driving footage, and just have a chat about this vehicle that we're super excited about. Qashqai is pretty funny. It was hard for people to even figure out how to say the name when we first got it, and we still like to play that game with people to see if they can figure out how to say it. It's odd to look at the name of a vehicle and not see any U's when there's Q's, but this it works. The vehicle's fun and the name is fun. And this Qashqai corners really well. Super easy to use in parking lots. You'll see the rear parking camera. This has our surround view camera. You get a full 360-degree view. It's getting pretty warm in here, so we're just going to pull over for a second and dump the jacket. Okay, jacket is off. Let's get the temperature down here a little bit. It is toasty in here. All right, as you can see from the out the windows, we've had some snow over the last little while here. Our weather's been all over the place. A vehicle like this is fantastic for this type of weather. It's an all-wheel drive system. It's an automatic all-wheel drive system, so you really don't have to think about anything. You just drive. The vehicle will transfer the power to the wheels that it needs to in order to make sure that you have traction. So this is our SL Qashqai. We figured we'd take this one for a drive so we could show you absolutely everything that's available in our Qashqai. I'm going to say Qashqai 1,000 times. Perhaps we should put a counter on the screen and add up how many times I actually say Qashqai during this drive. Qashqai, Qashqai, Qashqai. We're going to feature it in another video, but the customization and connectivity in the Qashqai is amazing. Nissan did a really good job in allowing you to set yourself up right from the colors. And you want to talk about customization. You can really pick a color to suit your personality. When we're also talking customization, we can look at, for example, how you set yourself up in the vehicle. Tilt and telescopic steering. You have a tilt and telescopic steering wheel. So the steering wheel can not only go up and down, but it can go forward and back. So, if your arms are a little bit longer and you want to push the steering wheel closer to the dash, or perhaps a little shorter, you pull it back. So you can really customize your seating position in regards to the steering wheel. As well, the power seats. This driver's side here has a full power seat. It allows you to really set yourself up well, including power lumbar, which is nice and not always available in this size of vehicle. The vehicle settings, you can set up a whole bunch of things customized to the way that you want to drive, right down to, obviously things like, you want to see miles per hour or kilometers, that type of thing. But there's tons of small customizable features in here. As well, this whole center section here for stereo, you want to set up your, pair your phone and then stream audio and do everything through that. Like this, the Qashqai, Nissan's done a great job. Qashqai is not lacking in any of the connectivity that way, of really what you'd come to expect nowadays in connectivity. And it might go without saying, but as far as customization, we're driving right now and we're chatting, so we might as well cover everything. But power windows, we have power windows in the vehicle. We have power locks. We also have power mirrors, so you can set up. They're a nice size mirror too. The mirrors also have turn signal indicators on the outsides of them, so you'll see there's a light strip there to allow to alert anybody to your changing lanes or direction. I mentioned the all-wheel drive in the Qashqai, so it does come in a front-wheel drive. So it starts at our S model, which is arguably our most popular model, which we'll feature in another video. So you can get that in a front-wheel drive. You can get our SV model in a front-wheel drive. You know, if front-wheel drive's your thing, we do have it available. But in this case, we're talking all-wheel drive. Qashqai gives you also another a unique feature in this sort of class. You know, you can if you're in a little bit more of a challenging situation, snow, whatever, you can lock in the all-wheel drive. The fact that you can lock that in, for perhaps you were getting into a camp or something, and you know, the roads were a little dicey, you could lock in. It's much more capable at those sort of low speeds and trickier situations than your standard variable all-wheel drive. So it's definitely starting to look a little bit more like winter up here. The exterior of the Qashqai is a lot of fun. The Qashqai has character. It doesn't matter what review that you watch. Everybody always talks about the character that Qashqai brings to this segment. So from up front, you have that signature sort of V motion grille that is common to all the Nissans. It seems like all the models were sort of getting them all aligned with that common look. You'll have a bit of a plastic panel there you'll see in the front in this SL model with a camera. So that's the surround view camera works off of that. Some of the adaptive cruise control and safety shield items access that camera as well. They did a great job with the headlights, so they're trimmed with LEDs, they're projector lights. Very, very good lighting at night, even at daytime running. So like for right now, for example, the LEDs would be illuminated. This model has fog lights as well, so you get a lot of light up front. Moving down the side, on the door handles, you'll notice a little button. So this has Nissan system where you basically just keep your remote in your pocket. As you approach, you can just press the button, unlock the door. Press it one more time quickly, it'll unlock all the doors. And when you're leaving the vehicle, you can press that button to lock it. Heading down the back, nice big lights. They sort of have that wraparound look, so they sort of accent the side of the vehicle. Looks really good. On the roof, we have the roof rack. Now we have to add the crossbars, and then once you add the crossbars, you can put a ski box, you can put bike racks, you can put a kayak, you can do all kinds of things. We have one on display right now with snowboards. It's very versatile and extremely easy to add and remove the crossbars. Just a nice large rear window in the Qashqai with obviously rear defrost and a wiper. Really easy, like I look through the mirror, really easy to see. As you'll perhaps look in this camera, you can see right back. So in the rear of the vehicle, when you open up that hatch, there's a little button underneath, you click that, open up the rear hatch, you get a nice large cargo area, and we have two removable trays. These trays are reconfigurable, so you can set them up a bunch of different ways. If you want to set them up as dividers to separate whatever cargo you have back there, you can. It's removable, but there's a security tray that comes down as well. So when you have the rear gate shut, if somebody was to look through the rear window, you can't actually see all the cargo that's in the back. And it's contoured as well. So if you wanted to put something in the back window, you could, without any risk of it, moving around. So also in the rear, it's a 60-40 rear split rear seat. So you can fold that, you can fold either side or both sides down if you want, and then obviously remove that rear shade, and you've now got full access to put whatever you want back there. You get a decent amount of leg room. I mean, I'm 6 feet tall. I was sitting back there and had no problems. There's a map pocket on the back of each seat. There's two vents right in the center. They're multi-directional, and you can turn them off for additional airflow to keep your passengers comfortable. If you want to keep your passengers separate in the back, there's a fold-down armrest with two cup holders in there. So it's nice if you've got a longer trip or whatever, you can just pop that down and get comfortable. So moving up to the front, we have these great bucket seats in the SL model, perforated leather. If you look around, the material that Nissan's used is fantastic. I mean, this is a leather wrapped steering wheel. It's got stitching all through the inside. All the armrests in the vehicle have this sort of leather, stitched leather. It's just, they've done a really good job. Use this sort of piano black trim in throughout the vehicle. So we have an armrest here, nice stitched leather on top of that. It's consistent with the rest of the vehicle. Open it up, there's a lot of space inside. Moving forward from that, we have heated seats on both sides, and they're 2 setting, so just an easy button right in the middle, and a light indicator to tell you what setting you're on. We have 2 very large cup holders here in the center console. Up from there, now this is road tripping with the Qashqai, and no sense hiding my phone. I've got it plugged in there and charging into the available USB port. Right below that is an auxiliary input and a power outlet right beside that. I don't have my phone paired to the vehicle, but you'll see in another video that we'll link to. You can pair your phone and then just get right into Siri's free, all the apps, Nissan Connect apps, streaming Bluetooth, streaming audio. It's all available. Up from there, we have the climate control. We have dual climate control, so I could set the temperature on this side to whatever setting I want. My passenger could set their side to whatever they want, and then we'd have we'd both be comfortable. Or you can just hit dual and sync the 2 of them together, and essentially we have the consistent temperature in the front. These are nice buttons, nice and clear, no nonsense, which is great. So up here is where we have our stereo. We have the map, navigation, and again, we're not going to spend a lot of time on that right now while we're driving, but we will link the video down below that'll go in more detail there. All right, so we're just going to turn in here as we head to our destination. So we might just pull over here for a second. If we get onto the steering wheel, we have cruise control here, and again, we have adaptive cruise, which we're going to link to another video, but it's really nice. So if you're, for example, if you're driving in from to Halifax from Truro, or you're heading to the airport or whatever, set your cruise at 110, and as you approach somebody that may, for example, be going a little bit slower, going 105, the vehicle will use the built-in radar, determine that there's somebody going slower, and actually adjust the speed. If you pull out to change lanes, it'll determine it's now clear, and it'll pick back up to the speed that you were already on. On this side as well, we have all the voice activation. You can answer phone calls, access Siri Eyes free, so that's in there. But again, that's linked to we'll link to another video for that. And then on this side, we have quite a bit of buttons. We have all the stereo controls. You can get into the driver information center. Everything's accessed through this side. Down the side here, we have buttons for traction control. We have the safety shield. So you want to turn off and on the safety shields. You can do that at the bottom there. And again, there's so much to talk about: rear cross path detection and all blind zone alert, everything in that. So that'll be part of another video. A heated steering wheel. Who doesn't love a heated steering wheel? So if you've had a chance to experience a heated steering wheel, you may never want to go back. So the button for the heated steering wheel is down there. The all-wheel drive lock button, which I think we could press that right now. We're on a bit of a snowy road as we go to pick up a coffee here. So then we also have the eco mode. You hit the eco button when you're in eco mode. The vehicle just behaves a little different. Shift patterns are different. Everything it does is essentially to conserve fuel and drive in the most economical way possible. So all in all, that's the Nissan Qashqai. We've had a lot of fun with this vehicle so far. It's not just the name and the way it looks. The vehicle itself is a lot of fun to drive. It's been a great surprise for people that are getting into something that is not that sort of standard small car. who want an alternative, want to sit up a little bit higher, and that's what this vehicle is all about. All right, so I'm gonna go grab a coffee. This is road tripping with the Nissan Qashqai. Hopefully you learned a little bit. We have more detailed videos linked down below, and you know, we really we hope this helped you a little bit, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much.